Hey kids, it's Buddy. It's Buddy. It's Buddy. It's Buddy. It's Buddy. Welcome back to Glenn Hates Everything. I'm Glenn, and today's movie is Buddy. This is the feature film debut of Casper Kelly, best known to me as the creator of Too Many Cooks, that viral sensation that was a parody of sitcom opening theme songs and credit sequences that just goes on and on and on, and it gets progressively more subversive and violent. Check it out if you haven't seen it. So this is a long-awaited debut, and he, along with co-writer Jamie King, have created a really strange film. It's horror, and it is unlike anything I've ever seen in that genre. It is about a late 90s television show called It's Buddy, and it stars Buddy, who's kind of like a Barney-like mascot of a children's show star. Buddy's voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, who does a fantastic job, kind of in Pee Wee Herman mode. There's a lot of that in his vocal texture here. And the show itself is kind of a mashup of Barney and Friends and Pee Wee's Playhouse, amongst other things. And Barney leads a bunch of kids who are hilariously, at times, doing 90s hip-hop choreography, or just doing a lot of chores, the kind of menial chores that Barney makes them do, just to learn lessons about tidiness, etc. And they all just seem to be in this utopian paradise. But then the cracks start to show fairly early on. The first 15 minutes or so of the film are just multiple episodes of It's Buddy, where we see the kids learning valuable lessons, etc. And then something terrible happens to one of the kids, and we realize that Buddy is this psychopathic narcissist who has got a bottomless pit need for love, and things kind of spiral out of control from there, and then it switches modes, and we enter a different universe starring Kristen Milioti, who is a suburban mother. She's married to Topher Grace, who is not the most caring husband. She's got 2 kids, and she feels something's missing from her life, and that will fold into our It's Buddy story at some point, so that there's a reason for that to exist. But this show, it first just looks like late 90s video until the aspect ratio changes for the Kristen Milioti scenes, and it becomes very cinematic looking. But for that first while, the film seems to spin its wheels, even though the plot is progressing. There were times where I just wanted it to move along a little bit more, but I understood that that's kind of baked into what Casper Kelly likes to do. Too Many Cooks is an example of the satire in that repetition, and we get a little bit of that here. Not to as great effect as Too Many Cooks, in that it's much more of a slow burn than that, but it is still a universe that is really well realized. You know, we have the assortment of kids as characters, led by an actress who is Delaney Quinn. She plays Freddie, and some of you may recognize her for her part in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. She plays Rose Byrne's daughter, who we barely see through most of the film, but she eventually does appear on camera. And so Freddie kind of leads the charge in recognizing Buddy's dark side, and she wants to get these kids to safety. So it is very much a story about abuse and how to overcome it. The characters in the script, the kids, are all very much of that era of 90s children's television show actors. And it's filled out with inanimate objects having speaking voices, such as we saw on Pee Wee's Playhouse, such as Patton Oswalt, who plays a backpack named Strappy, and we have a talking couch, we have a talking mailbox. Then there are the human characters, like we get a mailman and a nurse, and it's very Pee Wee. But things then take a turn, and the film goes from feeling like Pee-wee's Playhouse to something more akin to The Wizard of Oz, where the kids are on a quest, and then it feels a little bit like Poltergeist, maybe Videodrome, and how we as consumers of popular culture are affected by popular culture. It's a lot of interesting ideas, and I think it is well realized. There's a very creepy interlude in this film where Clint Howard plays George, this really creepy cowboy, and Michael Shannon plays Willie, who is George's ventriloquist dummy. And it's very David Lynch, very random, very strange interlude in this film. One of the other mascot characters in the children's television show is called Betty Bunny, and she's got this very malevolent stare and is more nightmare fuel for me than anything Buddy does in the film. And Buddy's the one who is just, wreaking bloody havoc on everybody. It's a fun film. It has a kind of a fun resolution. I thought that it was entertaining and yet still a little repetitive. I can't really find fault in that, in the sense that that is what Casper Kelly does. That's what he wants to do. And he wants you to learn these valuable lessons by that repetition. And we get so many surreal touches that kept me involved. I laughed a lot. There's a lot of gore in this film, and yet it's done in a children's television show sort of way. So you can look at it. It's not anything that caused me to cover my eyes, even though there's lots of limbs being cut off, lots of blood. But it's a good time. It kind of suffers from maybe too many people got involved. It does feel like Casper Kelly's realization, yet I feel like there were some notes here that people wanted him to move the story along more. I don't know. I don't really know the backstory of the making of this film, but it's not perfect. It's missing this forward momentum that I would have liked to have seen a little more of. But I think it's a really auspicious debut nonetheless, and worth checking out. So let me know if you've seen it. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe as well. And we'll see you next time.